Hi everyone, Jammy Jet here. Today I'm with a Pokemon X and Y update. This is actually quite a big update because E3 is happening right about now, and Nintendo have just released a bunch of new information for Pokemon X and Y and a gameplay trailer too, as well as 2 new official Pokemon and a new type. The Fairy type has officially been confirmed. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the trailer, put the sound down about halfway just so that I can talk over and pause it as we're going. So let's get into it. First of all, we get the clip that we've already seen from the first trailer of Veltal, or I can't even pronounce it, I'm not going to bother. Xerneas, I think. Then we have the logo popping up. Good and fine and dandy. Here, the new region based off of France. Here we have a picture or a small gameplay scene of the new starting town. This is probably. I'm 90% sure this is the new starting town. You'll see coming out of here. If you listen carefully on the full version of the trailer, it's even saying this is your new adventure. So it's talking about the new adventure. Hence why it's probably going to be the new hometown in the background. So they're just talking about the free roam. Here we have this other shot that we've already seen. Have we seen this shot? I'm not sure if we did see this one in the other trailer that they released last month, but again it's showing that you can run diagonally and you're not just stuck to the typical grid like moving area. Here we have a new shot of a windmill, which is really nice. I love the aesthetics in this game. 100% works really well with the new 3G engine. I really hope that they don't just end it at X and Y for the 3DS, and I hope that they make lots of new Pokemon games on the 3DS using this awesome engine. Here we have a jetty, or whatever you want to call it, a dock with a bunch of speedboats. Really does look good. Even the water, the textures, the boats look very similar to what they looked like in the previous game. The water looks quite a bit more detailed, and the ground does, but the boats, they do look quite similar to the original game. A new shot, I think, of the character running down the streets of the main town in the Kalos region. Here we have the tower that represents the Eiffel Tower that we saw in the first trailer that Pikachu was standing on. It looks like it's if we look very closely, guys, this looks like a gym symbol. If you guys remember from Black and White 2 and Black and White, they had these little symbols on all of the gyms. It actually looks like this. It's got a yellow symbol. Does this mean that because Pikachu was on top of it, this is an electric gym? That's just my speculation. I do think it does look like a yellow gym symbol though. So could this be a gym, an electric gym? Because Pikachu was standing on the top. That does hint at the fact it could be an electric type. Maybe, I don't know, perhaps not. Here we have, this seems already shown, and here we have the starter selection screen. Grass type, fire type Fenneking, water type Froakie. So this is just how you select your starter, kind of like in all the other games. It's no surprise that there'd be a scene like this in the game. This looks new. It's a character running through a patch of grass. Looks similar to the patch of grass we've already seen on Route 1, I think. Then it shows us, look, this is quite cool. You've got the grass flying up, like the Pokemon scurrying around. Pancham, perhaps this means that Pancham can appear early on in the game. I don't know. This looks like, this is really nice, this desert background here. It does look very similar to the desert background where there was the, if you look on the map of the new region, you can see an area where there is like almost like a secret base, and that could be where the enemy team live, or that could be one of their hideouts. It looks a bit like a Mars base, but it was in the desert, and there was like a reactor there, apparently, supposedly. That looks like where you're going to find Helioptile, or however you pronounce its name. Wild Helioptile appeared. Fennekin, and you see Zoroark's now confirmed for the game. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, they're going to include all the Pokemon, but whether they're available during the story of the game, because like in Black and White 2, you could get Pokemon like Riolu, Mareep during the story, but there are some Pokemon which are exclusive to the post-ending. So we now know that Zoro and Zoroark are going to be available during the game, most likely. Because, I mean, although this is a level 50 Zoroark, so who knows. Here is one of the new Pokemon, Vivillon. I believe it's confirmed for the new Fairy type. Although, checking Cerebi, it did say Bug and Flying. But I have heard that it's a new Fairy type. Could just be me, but this is one of the new Pokemon announced. It looks a little bit like a Mothim, but personally, I don't think it's the sort of Pokemon that I would use on my team. I'm more of a physical, like, all-out attacker with special attacks, so I don't know, this doesn't seem to be the type of Pokemon that I would use on my team, but I guess some people like this kind of Pokemon. Fairy type, you know, it's an interesting combo. It's an interesting idea. Here we have a new Pokemon, Noivern. He looks very much like some sort of bat. He looks quite cool, actually. He's got, like, massive ears, yes, so he's definitely a bat-type pterodactyl-like Pokemon. He does look more interesting to me. So I don't know whether I'd be getting him on my team. He definitely looks like he could be a worthy member to your team. Looks like he's got a nice attack. That's showing you that you can still catch Pokemon. And here, the announcement. New type of Pokemon. Fairy type. So this is supposed to make the game more interesting. It's kind of make it more unpredictable. Which I agree, that would be a really good idea. Personally, the type idea of a fairy type does seem a little bit kind of like... Yeah. To me, it's not the best sounding type. I mean, it's kind of like Dark and Ghost. Ghost isn't too bad, but Dark's a little bit like... Yeah, are there any really good Dark type Pokemon? I mean, really? Are there? You know, I'm not really into the idea of... Dark type Pokemon are probably my least favourite type Pokemon. And Fairy, I don't know. I can't believe... What I find hard to believe is these are the confirmed Fairy type Pokemon, including possibly the other one that was shown. I'm not 100% sure on that. Sylveon is... I mean, most of us already predicted the Fairy type anyway. So Marill, which is that seems very well. Jigglypuff, I can understand. Gardevoir, Psychic, and Fairy, I can kind of get that. But yeah, I don't know. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Marill was a Fairy type. I assume it means that Wigglytuff and Azumarill will be part Fairy as well. But I don't know what will happen if you transfer a Pokemon over from a previous game. So if you've got Gardevoir on Black and White 2, and it's part Psychic, you then trade it over. Does it automatically become part Fairy? Are there actually any monotype type Fairy attacks that they can learn now in the new games? It's not 100% understood. Obviously, this has only happened recently, so it's hard to say. Jigglypuff, yeah. For some reason, Clefairy. I mean, it's got Fairy in its name. Is Clefairy not? Perhaps they're just saying 4 of a few that are now Fairy type. I mean, if they only had 4 Fairy type Pokemon, it wouldn't be a very good new type now, would it? So, I'm hoping that there'll be more.
Just one example of this 18th Pokemon type.
So here they actually show, I believe, some Moonblast. That sounds like a cool Fairy type attack. I don't know whether there's going to be a lot of Fairy type attacks or just a few. That does look like quite a powerful attack, and obviously it's super effective against Dragon, which is nice because Dragon is only weak to Dragon and Ice at the moment. Like, most types have a weakness to at least 3, maybe 4 types. Like, Fire's weak to Water, it's weak to Ground, it's weak to Rock, just to name a few. So, I mean, having a third one makes it more interesting. I don't know what's weak to Fairy. I heard Poison is super effective against Fairy, which would be good, because Poison isn't very good against many types. Poison is only good against Bug, Grass, I think there's one other, but it's really not that good against many types. So, having it good against would be nice, because poison type attacks aren't generally that great or useful, other than toxic. So, well, that looks like a Fairy attack. I didn't quite see what they used there. Fairy Wind. There you go. That's definitely a Fairy type attack. Nice, you see. Super effective. And they've also got this new feature. I won't talk too much about this. It's kind of like a little Pokemon Nintendogs feature. You get to play and bond with your Pokemon. You stroke them with the stylus. You make them happy. You feed them Poffins, I believe, are they? I'm not sure if it's food and increase their friendship, which is good for TMs or moves such as Return. So you'll be able to learn them and do more damage with them. It's a cool feature. It's obviously aimed at a younger audience, because they're obviously appealing to both old Pokemon fans as well as new ones, such as myself, or old ones, such as myself, I meant to say. So, anyway, yeah, it's kind of like a Nintendo's feature. It's open your mouth. I'm sorry, but I can just see this on Google in about 10 minutes, and someone's photoshopped a penis on it. I can just see that. I can actually see that. That is gonna be a thing. Oh god, I'm gonna have to, yeah, not run into that image.
To make them happier.
Yay! So here we have Xerneas using an attack. Looks like Ice Beam, Super Fitness, Crocodile. This, I don't know what this attack is. It looks like a Dark type.
Next evolution in Pokemon.
Psybeam maybe? I'm not sure. But here we have the box art already confirmed. New generation of Pokemon, yada yada. Coming worldwide October 12th. So there we go. I don't know if they already released it was October 12th. But that's nice to know. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this. If you enjoyed my vlog and you want to hear me do more vlogs, perhaps they'll release more information at E3 about Pokemon X and Y. Let me know what you think, and I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. Peace out.